think the most remarkable of all the indicators that we monitor was Bitcoin during the crisis. Now, it typically acts like a risk-off. It tends to do poorly during risk-off periods. This time it did the opposite. From March 10th, when it bottomed at 19,500, it has soared 55%. These previously volatile, risk-on metrics are acting like flight to safety.
Cathie Wood, a prominent American hedge fund manager, is an enthusiastic supporter of cutting-edge innovations like AI, DNA sequencing, blockchain technology, robotics, autonomous vehicles, and energy storage. Wood has always been willing to make risky bets on potentially game-changing innovations. She established ARK Invest, a Florida-based investment management firm, specifically to place the kinds of risky bets that many well-known investors and stock pickers would never consider. You've held many positions of authority in the investment industry, including those of chief economist, analyst, and portfolio manager, but you've never been one to insist on following the rules. She claims in a recent video that Bitcoin and Ether, the top two cryptocurrencies by market cap, are leading the innovation revolution. The current Bitcoin and Ether rally, according to the hedge fund manager, is the result of investors' flight to safety venture as they realize the need for immediate departure from the benchmarks. As a result of this shift, these assets are no longer risky but safe. Wood thinks now is the time for investors to get on board the worthy innovation ship before it takes off in full force.
Well, we think this is a theme that you should be watching out for. We think a lot of innovations out there are going to be the flight to safety. Why? Because they're going to disrupt the traditional world order. What are Bitcoin and Ether doing? They are, by the very fact that they're being considered flight to safety, like gold, that's really interesting and suggests much broader-based adoption and acceptance than I think most people understand. And given the government's railing against crypto and really putting pressure in all kinds of regulatory ways on it, we do believe this is going to become an election issue. What's been interesting about this flight to safety is the mega cap tech stocks have been beneficiaries, and we believe that that's a bit of a head fake, and it will not be sustained. And in fact, the FANGs, the former disruptors, are being disrupted more and more. We know that TikTok has taken a lot of consumer mind share from Facebook and Netflix and other social networks. We know that social commerce is taking share from Amazon, which isn't a social media site. And we know that ChatGPT with plugins is, we think it's a big problem for Google and its search franchise, and even for Apple with plugins. We may not have to go to any app. ChatGPT might just take us straight to OpenTable. And that way, Apple won't get its 15 to 30% tax. So we're sure they'll all pivot. We know Apple has a lot of fintech and healthcare and everything, but its apps, that was recurring revenue. Apps and other services were recurring revenues as opposed to the hardware, which is not recurring revenue, at least not annual recurring revenue. So we would say that there is a flight to safety, certainly led by crypto assets, and it is telling us that the world is transforming and will continue to transform. You cannot stop innovation. In fact, the electorate we'll make sure of it. I hearken back to the early days of Uber, and I was sure, I was working in New York at the time, and I was sure there's no way Uber would get through the New York Taxi Commission. Well, it blew right through it because the consumer wanted it. It made the consumer's life easier, more convenient. And we think that's true with all of the innovation that's evolving today. The multi-omics sequencing technology it's unlocking the secrets to life and death and to extending life and curing disease. Robotics, autonomous mobility is going to be here, we think, before anyone believes, now that Elon Musk has prepared us for so many years. Now that no one believes him, it's going to happen. That's what usually happens with innovation. It happens slowly until all of a sudden it takes off. Energy storage, we're already seeing that with electric vehicles. I think the auto industry is pretty stunned at how quickly it has had to pivot. Artificial intelligence, training costs dropping 70% per year. Had GPT been 3, from which ChatGPT, which has captured the imagination of the consumer and really given innovation a breath of fresh air in terms of the market recognizing that, hey, something's going on here. Had it been developed in 2015, it would have cost $800 million to develop that model. In 2020, which is when it was developed, it cost $4.5 to $5 million. Today, $450,000. And in 2030, $300. That's how quickly the world's changing. And AI is the biggest catalyst to all of these other innovations. And we believe will insinuate itself into those innovations in a profound way, even with blockchain technology, in ways that we cannot even imagine now. So we're pretty excited about innovation. This time is so different from the tech and telecom bubble. The tech and telecom bubble is when the seeds were planted for everything that's happening now. In fact, the seeds were planted from 1980, the PC, to the internet. And it has taken 25, 30, 35 years of germination. But now the seeds are coming to life. And these are astonishing innovation platforms. And we do believe they will become the flight to safety as investors get away from the benchmarks, which really are all about past successes, and starts focusing on the future.
Cathie Wood believes the seeds of the ongoing innovation speed train were planted decades ago and are now primed for explosion. The 5 disruptive innovation platforms are electric vehicles, blockchain technology, robotics, aerospace, and artificial intelligence. Leave your comments on our forecasts and our Wood's analysis of innovation's continued growth. Thank you for watching today's video on Market Empire. If you found this information helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on finance and investing. The cryptocurrency market is evolving rapidly, and staying informed is crucial for making informed investment decisions. As always, we appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video.